laying on the ground, you can pick it.
Do you want the greatest note ever about the Electoral College? I wish I would have thought of this. I did not. It's Joe Geegan in Colorado Springs, Colorado. I'm a defender of the Electoral College, and I didn't know this. I didn't consider this in my thinking. Remember, the Electoral College is simply the very best example of equity ever conceived.
Wow.
That's
Say
exactly
it again.
what it is.
Lay it down again.
The Electoral College is simply the very best example of equity ever conceived. The founders were genius.
How did they do that? How did they know?
And so all the people riling against it are mad Hatter Mysterians like Walls and the rest of these screwballs. And yet they're the same very people that are going to shove equity down your throat.
That's not right.
No, it isn't. The
something
Electoral College is simply the very best example of equity ever conceived of, isn't it?
Read that again.
The Electoral College is simply the very best example of equity ever conceived of.
That's somebody's birthday, and their request was a quick sidekick in a can.
Sidekick in a can.
So, you're welcome, John.
Does anyone consider themselves a birder? I do. I'm a bird.
You are not a birder.
The hell, I'm not. I took a shot at a woodpecker the other day. That's against the law, isn't it?
I think so.
I got a few ducks. I've murdered a few ducks this season.
No, I love birds. I've revived birds.
You have over the years.
I feed them. I will study them. I have bird books on my desk.
I stole your line over the weekend.
What's that?
Bird smashed into the sliding glass door.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, he's got the musimusical notes.
Yeah, he's got the
circling
notes
around
above his head.
Little
And
guy thought
I
that was
go out
funny.
and pick those birds up.
You
and
revive
I
them.
give them a little jiggle.
Yep.
And the next thing you know, the bird's flying away. Well, we can no longer be part of the Audubon chapter of bird watchers.
Did we do something wrong?
Well, sure. The St. Paul and Minneapolis Audubon chapters have dropped the contentious naturalist namesake from their titles. The NPR considers him. Is this NPR or MPR? What difference does it make? They're the same thing, aren't they? This is MPR. Wurzer wrote this. Wurzer and Gracie Stockton.
Okay.
We have to rebrand organizations as the St. Paul Bird Alliance and Land of Lakes Bird Alliance. We can't be the Audubon.
Why?
Why is that?
Well, it follows an evolving countrywide trend after the National Audubon Society leadership voted down removing the association with John James Audubon from its name last year. Born in 1785, Audubon was a groundbreaking artist, naturalist, and ornithologist whose work is still widely used today but was funded by the slave trade. He's also accused of plagiarism, academic fraud, and other despicable things, the society says. The name might not have been a barrier for the current members, but as an organization that wants to grow and really serve the birds, because the birds really care what you call the...
They don't really give a
They get together and they complain about the fact.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? The people that study us, they're called Audubon.
I don't like that.
I don't
That's not
like
a good
that.
ring to it.
This jackass with binoculars.
Look at this guy.
Check at this guy out.
And we have a Latina photographer. Why is she mentioned? But as an organization that wants to grow and really serve the birds and protect the habitat, we need to incorporate more people into the organization. Latina photographer Monica Bryant, who joined the St. Paul Bird Alliance board about a year ago and identifies as queer, told NPR News. In Minnesota, with the growing number of BIPOC and LGBT folks, we need something different to grow the organization. This country has lost its effing mind.
Out of your mind.
It really has.
It's so fun.
It's just lost its effing mind.
Yeah.